how to create hell. The idea of a devil creates hell and perpetuates hell. However, even that idea of a devil can be perceived. What I am is the one who can perceive that idea of a devil. I can perceive hell as being a metaphorical reality, a pattern of experience. I can even forgive whatever or whomever I have been condemning as my devil. I can forgive my devil. Because I have to keep resenting and blaming in order to perpetuate hell. If I don't create hell moment by moment by moment, then heaven's already here. So you gotta find the one and repeat, tell everybody that it's the devil. They're doing it. Condemn. Yeah, see how important it is to, you gotta really be ridiculous in your theater. But you gotta believe it. If you don't believe it, if you know you're being ridiculous, that's still heaven. If you want to create hell, you have to believe your own, your own labels. You have to believe that your labels are more powerful and more real than the perceiving that you are. Your labels about yourself, your labels about others, your labels about sensations. Oh, that's a good sensation. And oh, that's a bad sensation. If you believe that stuff, those labels, that's hell. If you know that those labels are just labels, you can use them. It doesn't matter. They have no power. Unless the one perceiving pretends that they do, which is entirely fine. So back to this idea of blaming a devil and how that creates hell and perpetuates hell. Well, what is the key to forgiving the devil? How do you do it? Well, how you do it is recognize that the devil is just a way to label something, a way to relate to it. To resent something, to condemn something, that's a way to relate to it. The label hell is just a way to label something, a way to relate to it. My life is hell. My life was hell back then, or my life would be hell if I had to live in that place, or if I have to live here, if I have to keep this job, that's hell. Okay? Nothing wrong with that. It's just hell. So, do you want to know how to realize that you are already in heaven? If so, then go to hell. It is easiest to find heaven in hell, from hell. In fact, that may be the only way to find heaven. Hell is the perfect pathway for recognizing that there is nowhere outside of reality. Reality includes everywhere already. There's nothing that is not already what it should be. Hell's the perfect place to recognize that there's nothing that is not already what it should be. Hell's the perfect place to recognize that there's nowhere beyond the reality of heaven. Likewise, there's no time that's outside of what is eternal. What's eternal includes all time. There's nothing before eternity or after eternity. Eternity is an inclusive category in language. So if you're waiting for heaven, that's just pretending it's not here and postponing the recognition of it. Stop waiting for heaven. Stop claiming that this isn't it. There's no power that can conflict with that which is almighty, that can threaten the almighty with, taking the power away from the almighty. That's ridiculous. You can't. There's nothing that can kick reality out of reality. Come on. Hello. It's ridiculous theater. There's no power that can conflict with that which is almighty. So there's no way to struggle one's way into heaven. Stop struggling. Stop creating hell. Stop blaming the devil. Stop shaming reality. There's no power which can conflict with that which is almighty. So stop blaming devils. Or keep blaming devils and you'll keep creating hell. Either way, it's all right. Your choice. The way to heaven is to recognize that making life hell is entirely optional. It's a ridiculous theater either way, right? And then simply stop making life hell by blaming a devil. That's how to recognize that heaven is already here. Simply stop making life hell by blaming a devil. Simply stop blaming a devil to make life into hell, or to claim that life is hell, or to label life as a hell, or to relate to life as hell. Stop relating to anyone as a devil. If you can get that you're relating to someone or some group as a devil, repent, forgive them in your heart. You don't have to put words out there. You certainly can. Stop blaming. Stop creating hell. That's the way to get to heaven. Or to recognize that heaven's already here, eternally. So if God is almighty, then even the devil is unable to do anything except for the will of God. Even someone labeled a devil is unable to do anything except the will of God because God is almighty. If that's true, that God is almighty, then the devil is the instrument of God. However, the devil is the one who is so ashamed of God and God's will that the devil labels others as devils. Have you noticed that those people, certain people, label other people as devils, or maybe they label you as a devil, and you're clear that you're not the devil. It's their fault, right? So you get the divisiveness, the irony of the mutual partnership of the divisiveness. These divide against those, and these blame those, and those blame these, and so on. Right? If you label others as the devil, that means you. A devil labels others as devils. If you label others as a devil, that means you. So a devil also denies that what the devil does is actually entirely the doing of God. You don't have to earn your way, compensate for the fact that you've been blaming other people for being a devil and making life hell. No, it's ridiculous theater. Once you get that it's a ridiculous theater, God's been doing the ridiculous theater as a way of showing you that you're already in heaven. Why? By giving you a contrasting perception. It's just a perception, though. The one perceiving is the almighty, eternal, omnipresent one. God might pretend to be threatened by hell, but it might be a ridiculous theater. That God might be pretending to be threatened by the devil, but God just made up the devil, kind of like God just made up heaven and hell and saviors and reality and enlightenment. A devil denies that what the devil does is actually entirely the doing of God. The devil claims that I am not God, but instead I am my idea of myself. The devil claims that I am not God, but instead I am my idea of myself. Not the eternal perceiving, but just a concept that I have of who I am. And furthermore, I am more powerful than the Almighty, or at least I should be, and so I try to prove that I am more powerful than the Almighty to everyone whose attention I can attract. You do agree with me, don't you? If not, I don't like you.